In Git, a repository is essentially a container for all your project files, including the history of changes made to each file. This video demonstrates remote repository creation in GitHub, and local repository creation in Google Cloud Shell. After initializing these repositories, we create 3 files in the workspace folder, commit them to local repository, and then push to remote repository. Sign in to github.com. Click on Create Repository. Type your repository name, Python Lab. Do not make any changes here, leave it to default. Click on Create Repository. The Python Lab repository is now created. This is the remote repository URL. https://github.com/username/pythonlab.git. Sign into ide.cloud.google.com. cd, home directory. mkdir Python Lab. cd Python Lab. Python Lab is our workspace folder. Let us now initialize Git local repository for this folder. Git init. Now, the local repository is initialized for Python Lab directory. Git config, user.name, the username of your Git account. Git config, user.email, the email ID of your Git account. Git config, credential.helper, store. Git remote, add origin, paste the repository URL. https://github.com/username/pythonlab.git. Now that a local repository is initialized and configured, this is a one-time process for each repository. Now, we are going to create 3 files, hello.py, add.py, and multiply.py. Commit them to local repository, and push them to remote repository in GitHub. Nano, hello.py. Print of, hello. Ctrl-O, to save the file and Ctrl-X to quit the editor. Git add, hello.py. Git commit, -m, the commit message. Git push, -u, origin, master. Now the file, hello.py is pushed to the remote repository in GitHub. Let us verify the file in GitHub. Here is the hello.py in GitHub. To summarize, git init, git config and git remote commands are used to initialize a local repository for Python Lab directory. Git add, git commit, and git push commands are used to push a file to remote repository. Let us add 2 more files. Nano, add.py. A equal to 20. B equal to 30. Print of, A plus B. Ctrl-O. Ctrl-X. Git add, add.py. Git commit, -m, the commit message. Git push, -u, origin, master. Now, add.py is pushed to remote repository in GitHub. Here is the file. Nano, multiply.py. A equal to 5. B equal to 6. Print, A asterisk B. Save the file. To execute the program, type Python 3 multiply.py. Let us now commit this file in local repository, and then push it to remote repository in GitHub. Git add, multiply.py. Git commit, -m, the commit message. Git push, -u, origin, master. The file is now pushed to the remote repository in GitHub. Let us verify it in GitHub. Here is the file. To summarize, these are the commands executed for Git operations. Git init, git config, and git remote are one-time commands for each repository. Git add, git commit, and git push are used for each file created in the workspace.